There we go. I just got out of a FBI kill psych ward in Mcleary, Washington yesterday. I was in hell for 3 fucking weeks. This is how it happened because I was at the FBI adult care facility that I was in Marysville, and I bought like over $500 worth of Red Bull, other drinks, and food, put it in my room. This fucking cunt that works there come into my room, supposedly cleaning. She wasn't cleaning. She took fucking parasites and threw them onto the floor because that's where I was sleeping, was on the floor. She threw the liquid onto the floor and then spread it around. Then she snuck over to my fucking window, and that's what fucked me. She opened up my window, and I didn't know she did. All my shit got totally fucking poisoned. While she was at it, she went into my bathroom, and I had a sink. I had a cup in the sink, upside down in the middle of the sink. The fucking bitch sprayed her parasite cleaner into my cup, all into my cup while she was in there. And then she finally left. I went into the bathroom, and I grabbed my cup. I lifted it up. There was all this milky white liquid shit on the inside of my cup, and I smelled it, and it smelled just like the cleaner she was using. And they started gassing me out real bad in there. So I took some insulation foam and I went around the door with it, and I sealed myself in, and then I went into the bathroom, and it was coming out of the gases were coming out of the fan that was in the hole in the wall and the ceiling, and I took insulation foam and I sprayed it up all around in there. I laid in there for, I don't know, a day or two or something. So they were pumping the gases into my room through the heater vent, and I should have sealed that up too, but I didn't. So they were basically, since the door was all sealed up, it just kept on filling up the room, and it was seeping into the bathroom through the cracks around the door. And I felt them crawling up into my back. I felt them crawling into my nose, and then I felt them in my throat. And finally, I decided I needed to get out of there. So I didn't know what to do. So I called 911, and I said I wanted them to come get me. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill everybody in the whole house, and I'm gonna set the house on fire, which wasn't true, but I wanted them to come get me. And the FBI operator goes, after I said that, she goes, what do you want, a fire, police, or ambulance? And I'm like, this is so stupid. And I go, nothing, just forget it. And I hung up, and like, the fucking FBI police called, and I told them that I was sealed into my room, and I couldn't get out. The FBI police came, tried to get it open. They couldn't get it open, so they called the fire department, and then they busted it in. I should have got it on video because it's kind of cool the way they busted it in, and they just came in like like stormtroopers. You know, they weren't coming to help; they were coming to fucking terrorize me. And then I was trying to drink a Red Bull, and they tried to take it away from me because they want me to die. So they took me to the FBI hospital in Everett, Washington. There's 2 of them, but the one on, I think it's Pacific, is an FBI hospital. It was all gassed out, and they put me in this fucking room. And supposedly had or they wanted to put me in a psych ward. I said no, so they committed me, and they took me 2.5 hours away to Mcleary, Washington, to an FBI kill psych ward. And I smelled the poison on the outside around the fucking building, and it was bad, real bad. And I looked at the door and I said, so this is where I'm gonna die. And they're like, oh, you're not gonna die. And they rolled me in, and the first thing they wanted to give me was a bag of fucking potato chips, because they want to feed the parasites that are in my body. And I was like, no. Then they took me after they questioned me and all this shit, they took me into the at this point, the gases were not up on the inside. They took me into the fucking, into the facility where the kitchen was, and the guy still wanted to feed me. He's like, oh, what do you want? Do you want this, or do you want that? Do you want a cheese quesadilla? You want this, want that? And so I said, okay, fine, I'll eat that. I'm like, where's my room? And they took me back, showed me where my room was. They sprayed poison real bad all over the bed, and the sheets that were on the bed were poisoned real bad, except for the blankets. When I got on there, and I was really sick, really poisoned. I don't know how long I laid in that bed, but I was so tired. Even though I felt all the parasites going into my body, I couldn't move. I laid there and laid there and laid there for like over 24 hours, and they kept on, maybe 2 days, I don't know, but they kept on coming and saying, do you want to talk to the provider? Do you want to talk to the provider? I'm like, no. I just closed my eyes and I couldn't move, and eventually I was able to get up, and oh yeah, they put me in there with a fucking roommate. The roommate just fucking stared at me and stared at me and stared at me, and I was like, fuck this. So I went and I told one of the staff, I go, yeah, you need to find me another room, because I'm going to kill my roommate. Which, you know, I say that shit all the time. Doesn't mean I'm going to kill somebody, but I thought, well, maybe they'll listen. They'll put me somewhere else. And put me into another room. And so I had my own room. And they're like, oh, you want me to shut the door for you? Because they want to shut the door so I can get gassed out in my room. I'm like, no. I tried sleeping in their room, and they kept on coming. And what they do is they come and they shut the door little by little until it's closed. And I could see the door shutting. So I was like, I better get off this bed. And I got off the bed. I moved the mattress where the door was, so the door wouldn't shut. I started realizing that I couldn't lay on that fucking bed because it was so poisoned. So I started sleeping on the floor, laying on the floor. Then they wanted to change out my blankets because I wasn't dead yet. And so they wanted to change out my fucking blankets. They washed all my shit. They poisoned my clothing. They gave me back my clothing. It was so fucking I don't know how poisoned it was. It was really poisoned. They gave me back my coat, and they destroyed my coat. And I go, you destroyed my coat. All the feathers in my coat there's no feathers in the front. There's no feathers in the back. There's no feathers in the arms. I said, you destroyed my fucking coat. It's ruined. It's destroyed now. So then they were going to give me a new coat. So they ordered me a new coat. And when the new coat came, I saw them open it up, and I knew it was poisoned. Because I remember when I got my coat from Amazon, I opened it up, it was really flat, and it took a while for the inside to slowly fill up with air. This one, when they cut it open, it was already fucking inflated. It was filled with so many parasites. And in a few days, when they started turned up the gas. I put that coat over the top of my head to try to keep the gas away from my nostrils so I wouldn't breathe it in. And within a few minutes of putting that coat over my head, it was so poisoned that I would like fall asleep. So I knew for sure it was poisoned really bad. Now like they wanted to keep a hold of me, and they even though I was on my best behavior, I didn't say anything about anything. I didn't say like, why are you fuckers killing me? Why are you evil FBI bastards murdering me? I'm innocent. They would have kept me for longer. They had all these fucking meal trays. The meal trays at this place were so poisoned with parasites that there was like almost all parasites in these food trays. All the patients there, all the staff working for the FBI, helping to murder me. They're all taking the anti-parasitic pills, so therefore they can eat all this fucking highly poisoned shit. But they have explosive diarrhea in the toilet because of all the parasites coming out of their body. So I ate this fucking shit. Oh my god, for like 2 weeks I ate this fucking food, and I wasn't really shitting, and it was just staying in my intestine. And then all of a sudden it was like totally blocked, and it was like I was in Fuckville, and then they gave me this magnesium citrate. I said I needed some of that, and I drank it, and it was really poison too. I could smell the poison on it, on the bottle. And when you have these parasites, a whole bunch of them in your gut, and you take this magnesium citrate, well, they don't want to be evicted. So they started migrating out of my intestines into my abdomen. And I didn't shit out all that, because the fucking all the shit that was in my intestines stayed in my body and just moved out of my intestines into my belly. And I told this guy I was on a 3-day hold, and then they said they wanted to hold on to me, so they wanted to give me more and more time. They wanted to give me a fucking 90-day hold. They wanted to keep me as long as they possibly fucking could. Then they were like, oh, well, court's only on Tuesday. And then, oh, well, then there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's, and we can't do court then, so it's got extended longer and longer. We're about the 2-week mark. When I hadn't died yet, I smelled the fucking poison come out of the kitchen, because they were poisoning all the food, everything in the kitchen, really to a really high level. Everything, all the snacks, all the food and shit, everything. They gassed me out of my room. They started gassing my room out. Like, I tried to cover myself up with a blanket so I wouldn't breathe the air. And I moved closer and closer to the door, to the hallway, and so the more they gassed me out, the more I moved closer to the hallway, with my head by the door. When I started sleeping close by the door, then they'd come with the mop, and they'd mop down the floor in the hallway with parasites. And they did this every day and shit. And I noticed when I moved away from it, because I felt all the shit crawling on me, all the parasites crawling on me and in me, and my whole body was moving and shit. And so I'd get up. When I got up from where I was at by the door and moved away from the door, they stopped mopping the fucking hallway every day like they were. And then I moved back Here they come again, mopping the hallway. And then they started spraying down all the furniture with parasites, really, really bad. They kept on. Yeah, they tricked me. They wanted to wash my blankets, so I was like, okay, they're gonna give me new blankets, and I wasn't really fucking thinking. I know they want to kill me and shit. They took my blankets and they gave me poison blankets, and they were so poisoned. When I pulled the blankets up over my head, same thing with my coat. I was like within a few minutes, I was like falling asleep because of the parasites going into my body. They must have been flooding my kidneys or something. And so then I fucking got smart to that. I took all the blankets off. So I took one blanket and I went into the fucking shower. And I sat there while I put that blanket under the fucking shower for like over an hour to try to get the poison off. And then I tried to squeeze it out. I brought it into my room and hung it over my fucking bed and dried it out, and it worked. But it was the gases were so fucking cold. They were so fucking cold. But I felt them going into my feet, my legs, my head, my hands, and my arms were fucking freezing cold. I felt like I was gonna have a fucking stroke. Everybody, this one woman was. I have children that are older than her, and this little bitch was going above and beyond to try to torture me, and the things she was saying, the things she was doing. She was going to the fucking. I wanted the fucking door shut to this. We had this patio, and there was gases being pumped out there really bad. And she kept trying going to the fucking door and opening it up, holding it open. Or she would come by my fucking room and say stupid shit to me, and come by where I was out in the fucking kitchen and say stupid shit to me, and it pissed me off so bad. I wanted to fucking hurt her, and I didn't though, but I wanted to. So like, this guy was like, oh, well, yeah, you're sure you'll be released. Sure you'll be released. Well, you're eating and drinking. And see, look, if I wasn't eating and drinking everything, all their fucking parasite food and shit, they'd keep me there longer. They'd change the gases up on me constantly. It was like a sweet smell. Then it was like this, fucking, I don't know, just like all these different smells coming in, and if my room was gassed out, I'd go out of my room into the fucking living area, and then they'd gas that out, and then I'd go back into my room, and it was like a total fucking hell for 3 weeks. For fucking 3 weeks, I was in total fucking hell. Towards like the last week, I wasn't eating much of anything, and when they poisoned everything really bad, for instance, one time I said I'll have a banana, and I ate half of this fucking banana. It was so poisoned. When I take a bite, swallow it down, like a few minutes later, this fucking burning, and it burned my fucking throat and my esophagus as it went down. But it was like it didn't do it right away, so I had time to eat a few bites of it. And then this one time they had this lasagna, and I thought I'll eat that. So, but it was totally fucking poisoned. Totally fucking poisoned. And after I ate it, I laid back down, and toward like in the fucking middle of the night or in the morning, I felt all these fucking parasites eating my chest, and they all went up like this, and they were like fucking eating me, and I could feel them eating me. And then I felt them all coming out of my fucking throat and into my mouth, and I had to keep on swallowing and swallowing to fucking, I don't know why I did that, to swallow them back down again. I should have let them come out, but I didn't fucking know what the fuck to do. Oh my god. I didn't know what to fucking do. I started, I'm dropping a lot of weight. I'm very sick. Towards the end, when I was released, they said, I had to stay another day. They wouldn't release me till 1 o'clock or 1:30 the next day, but I was in so much pain that I went to the ER. When they came got me, the FBI paramedics came up. They took me to this FBI hospital. This was a fucking joke. They had their waiting room. Their waiting room had 5 seats in it. And I was like, this isn't a fucking hospital. Oh my god, my fucking arm's going numb. Oh my god. I was like, this isn't a fucking waiting room. This isn't a fucking hospital. And this one fucking bitch that was in there, this old lady, she started fucking talking to me and like, yes it is, blah, 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 blah. And she was like really fucking rude to me, and I had somebody with me from the hospital that I was talking to. Oh my god, my arm is going numb. What the fuck? And I go, hold on, lady, I'm not even fucking talking to you. And she started going, well, blah, 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 don't raise your voice at me. I go, I ain't raising my voice at you. In fact, I'm not even fucking talking to you. And then she shut up, and I'm like, Jesus, everywhere I fucking go, everybody fucking hates me. Everybody hates me so fucking bad. Well, I was at the hospital. My pulse rate got up to like 118. It was going from 60 something to 118 or something. My blood pressure was it got up to like 150 something over 118, and they were fucking with me and turning up the gas and watching me walk around the hospital room, and then I walked out of there, went down the hallway, and came back. And then it came back in. I'm like, I can't breathe this air. I can't breathe this air. And I thought I was gonna have a heart attack, and then they turned the gas off. And then they said, well, they took this scan of me. They gave me a scan. And then before I left the FBI hospital, they told me that I had lesions on my spine. And I said, what are lesions? They're holes in your spine. This is from the parasites. They're like, well, you need to go follow up with a doctor to make sure it's not cancer. Well, it's not cancer, it's parasites. We all know what it is. And this whole time I had to bite my tongue and I had to pretend like, oh gee, I don't know what's going on, because if I said anything, they might just hold me there longer and keep me there longer. Say, oh well, they go to court and say, oh well, she's delusional. She thinks everybody's working for the FBI. She thinks everybody's killing her. So I had to like keep my mouth shut and like not everybody know. Like, okay, there's holes. This is when I woke up. I don't know if you can see, there's fucking holes. These holes like this. All over my fucking body. From the fucking gases that they were pumping into my room. Now, when I left the hospital, I had to leave by ambulance and go back to this fucking kill fucking psych ward. And these two fucking cunts that showed up, they had the fucking the gurney, and I'm like, oh, is this for me? And they looked at me with pure hatred. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, huh. These bitches don't like me. And I got on there and they fucking took me out to the to the fucking ambulance. Now the FBI psych ward was about 20 minutes away. TELACARE in Mcleary, Washington. When I got into the back of this fucking ambulance, I knew I was in trouble because of the fucking smell. And when they started the fucking vehicle, this fucking horrible fucking smell of parasites started pumping into the fucking the ambulance, and it fucking burned. It burned my fucking lungs, my esophagus, my fucking throat. It burned everything. That I had a mask. I had this fucking mask on, and I put this blanket over my mouth, my nose, and I was just trying to breathe, and I was moaning and moaning. And I took one of my hands, and I was reaching for Jesus up to the heavens, and the bitch back there, she goes, "What's wrong? Why do you got your hand up in the air?" And I fucking couldn't even talk because I was trying to breathe and I couldn't breathe. She goes, "Are you gonna talk to me?" And then finally we got there, and I go, "Are we there?" She goes, "Yeah." So they let me out, and I went to my room, and I fucking vomited for about a half an hour. I fucking vomited, and I was so sick. I remember I was so fucking sick. And they come and tell me, "Well, since you're so sick, you don't have to take your medication tonight." I knew that when they poisoned everything, then they wanted to fucking give me because they had this water they were mixing with Crystal Light mix, and they're like trying to push this fucking fluid on me. "Oh, do you want just one cup? Just one? Are you sure you don't want two?" So then I knew that I shouldn't be drinking that shit. So I started drinking, and then I would hardly drink anything all day, and for breakfast they had juice, and so I drank the orange juice. So I started drinking all as much juice as I can during the breakfast time. But the fucking juice was poisoned, and it was fucking eating away the fucking inside, and it was burning and burning my chest, burning and burning and burning. But this one time, this old bag, she fucking hated me real bad. She goes, "No, you can only have two. Just two." And I go, "Why?" She goes, "Well, we're running low and you can only have two." So this other woman that was working there, obviously the FBI didn't tell everybody, but she walked up to me and she grabbed two more orange juices and set them down in front of me, so I had four. And I go, "Oh, thank you." And the mean old bag looked at her like, gave her the evil look, like, and she goes, "No, we can't do that because we're running low." And the woman that gave me the juice, she goes, "No, we're not. We have a whole other box in the back." That's when I knew they were up to something. And they're like, so anyway, they fucking they waited for the shipment to come in with orange juice that was really, really poisoned. So then they wanted me to drink it. And like towards the end, they're like, "Oh, just give her anything she wants. Give her anything she wants." And, "Oh, do you want some juice? Do you want some juice?" And they're like, when I was leaving, they're like, "Oh, do you want some snacks to bring along with you? Do you want some snacks? It's 2.5 hours. And I know everything's poisoned. I'm like, no, I don't want any fucking snacks or any juice to bring with me, no." And I was when I figured out that the juice was fucking eating away the fucking insides of my body, that's when I started drinking water out of the tap. I went into the tap, or the water of the tap, and I drank down 3 cups really fast. I went back to my room, and then, my kidneys started to shut down. So I had to make a choice between shutting down my kidneys or having these parasites that were fucking eating the insides of my body. So these parasites are like little Pac-Man, and they fucking eat holes through anything. They eat holes through my spine, throughout my entire body. My heart is really, really struggling to beat properly. I don't know what the rest of my body looks like on the inside, but it's probably fucked. Oh, and they said, your liver enzymes are high. Did you used to drink? And okay, it doesn't have anything to do with that, because when I quit drinking, my liver enzymes were fine. Everything is fine. But when they started poisoning me, then my liver enzymes started to go up. And it's because the parasites are eating my liver. Like a few months ago, they did a scan on me, and they come and told me, "Oh, you got a cyst on your kidney." It's not a cyst; it's parasites. Oh yeah, they also told me, "Oh, well, you have kidney stones. You need to go to a fucking surgeon." I'm not going to a fucking surgeon. And by the way, they're not kidney stones; they're parasites. I'm in Everett, Washington, at a fucking hotel, and I'm in the GOSH program. So, my hotel room is being paid for by the state. The only fucked up thing is that I have a RLI. I'm probably not even saying it right. I gotta go to Compass Health because they're doing the RLI. I'm saying it wrong probably. And they gotta oversee things. They gotta make sure that I'm following through with doing what I'm supposed to do, like taking my medication. I'm taking my medication here in the fucking hotel room. I gotta go get it refilled. This lady that's works for the GOSH program, she's gonna give me a ride to my doctor appointments. She's gonna give me a ride to the grocery store and whatnot. I just went to the grocery store yesterday, and they gassed the whole fucking Fred Meyer out really, really fucking bad. Everywhere I go, everybody fucking hates me. I guess everybody fucking... Everybody thinks I'm a fucking murderer. Not just a murderer, a serial killer. Oh yeah, when they thought I was dying at the hospital, they're like, "Oh well, we're having come on out, Rosalind. We're having music out on the patio." And then they serenaded me with these fucking songs. One of them was "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, and another one was "Man Eater" by Hall & Oates. I love Hall & Oates, but they're trying to tell me that I'm a man eater, like I'm killing men left and right or something. I don't fucking know. But I'm not a fucking man eater. I haven't killed anybody. These people are all fucking crazy. You're all crazy. You're insane. You're fucking sadistic. You're evil. Everybody that's fucking murdering me. Everybody. I am not a fucking pedophile. I have never ever looked at a baby, a toddler, a child, or even a teenager with lust. Never. I'm not a fucking pedophile. And I've never murdered anybody. I haven't done anything to any of you fucking people. None of you fucking people. I do not deserve this kind of fucking death. I do not know why I'm being executed. Not exactly. And, I declare my innocence to everybody. If I was guilty of doing something, I would have fucking admitted to it by now. Would have said, hey, yeah, oh, I did this, this, and that. Execute me. But I haven't. I do not know what to confess to. If I knew what I was supposed to fucking confess to, I would fucking confess to it, even though it was a fucking lie, just so you can fucking execute me in a proper way. Every day I was in that fucking hell for 3 weeks. I prayed to Jesus. I said, please, please, Lord, do not let me die here. Do not let me die here, Jesus. Do not let me die here, Lord, please. And even though at one point I knew I was going to fucking die there, because they kept on extending my stay over and over, I knew I was going to fucking die there. And then I said, Lord, you know what? Whether I die here or die somewhere else, I still love you. So let thy will be done, whatever it is, Lord. And I kept on surviving one day at a time. And I lived. And I made it to this fucking hotel. I'm very, very sick. I can't eat. I'm losing weight. I'm gonna die soon, probably from a fucking heart attack. I don't know. I don't know from what. Probably a heart attack because my heart is not beating right. This shouldn't be happening. I shouldn't be being murdered like this. I'm a dead man walking. I'm not really alive anymore. I love you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for not letting me die in that fucking shithole. You know what? These people, these fucking FBI people were so fucking mad. They were so mad that I did not die there. But I am gonna die. Probably here. At least I'm not in a fucking FBI adult care facility. People treat me like shit, knocking on my door all the time. Jesus has been so fucking good to me my whole life, and I do not know why he loves me so much. I'd do anything for Jesus. Anything. Anything. I don't know what you people see when you look at me, but I'm not evil. I like who the fuck I am. I like who I am. The Lord likes who I am. He knows who I am and he loves me. And if you don't like me, you can fuck off.